Hi guys, I'm back with another video. As Sammy Ingram would say, I'm back with another video. I am inspired by Sammy Ingram and Ava and Kim Velez and Manifesting with Kimberly and a lot of people. Yeah, you can tell I've been doing this for like, I think a year or so. I was doing this thing for about a year. It's been a year since I got into this journey, and I can tell you now, you guys, that it's been challenging, but I've had so many breakthroughs. It's not even funny. Some were like intentional, some were unintentional, but nonetheless, the manifestation journey works whether you believe in it or not. But there will always be evidence of what you are dominantly believing in, like the dominant state, whether you are conscious of what you believe in or you're not. But whatever it is, where your mind is at half the time, that's what you get in life. Ever wondered why you would say to yourself, oh, but I thought about that earlier, then it happened later on, or I briefly thought of that. But that's because when you thought of it, there was no resistance to what you were thinking. And every other time you think of it, it's the same thing. There's no resistance. So you get results. So what am I going to be talking about today? Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how I manifested my SP from a long distance relationship to a close proximity one. Last year, it the moving of him is the one that got me into this journey last year. Last year around March, he had told me that he got a post and he's leaving, and so forth and so forth. And he told me a month in advance, so I knew we had like a month together and all of that. And I was like, goodness, we just started like really just like bonding. We started bonding, and now you are leaving. Like, how does that work, even? So I was anxious, I was stressed out, because he was in a third party situation and stuff, and like an estranged baby mama situation. So guy was like, I'm leaving. We were working in the same like area, department, everything, like he's that guy. He worked in the same place. We stayed in the same city, and all of a sudden my world is being shattered. He's leaving. He's going to another town. That's like 3-4 hours away from where I'm staying. I couldn't have that. So things are already on shaky. Sometimes he used to be this guy who was very inconsistent with communication. Like, you'd speak today and then he'd disappear for a week, and then so it even got worse after he left. So after he left, on the last day of March, we had a great time the day before he left, and I was always the one sort of like initiating things in this relationship. I was the one who was like always just like pulling him, So after he left, I was distraught. I was just like, what am I gonna do? I've already known about the law of attraction. I was in the law of attraction, not law of assumption yet. I was still doing the techniques, the honey method, everything. Not that I am in any way underestimating them. They really helped me through that time. When it was the only thing I knew, it worked. Then when I got frustrated, that's when I found so many coaches, guys. Nothing prepares you for what you are gonna get into once you recognize you get into this journey. The research information is everywhere, and at times I suffered from information overload. I was like, I can't do this no more. This is too much. My brain would just stop, would just freeze and be like, we can't take it more information, just let things unfold. I'm like, okay. So left, and then after he left, he only reached out to me a week later, and only to say, oh, you are missed and stuff. And I was still I was in the trying phase of the law of attraction, so there was still a lot of the old story, and especially about him. I used to think that he's not interested in me, he only wants to use me, blah blah blah, all that. I mean, I spent 20 years thinking this way. Since I was 10 years old, I was thinking this way. So I used to have a low self-concept, thought that I had a low self-esteem. I didn't think that I was lovable. I didn't think I was beautiful. There was a lot of things I was struggling with. So you can imagine, mixed with the relationships. And I went into relationships, lots of them, with that mentality. Okay. Guy left, and now he's starting his new life. And he's like, but don't worry, there's a phone. But he was not so hectic on the phone. It's not like he wanted to talk to me every other time. I mean, guy would talk to me for about once in a month or twice in a month, or didn't, and a text, not a phone call, a text. Okay, a text. Guys, that was, I had little to no communication with him. Sometimes 2 months would go by. Because now I started learning, no contact method, because I was in this journey, learning new things every single day. No contact, guys. This went on for like, I got frustrated, I got unfrustrated, I started my journey again. I was like going through it, okay? I wanted to stop, I wanted to give up. There were times when I would be angry and be like, I deserve better than this. But my heart chose him. My heart's like, but he's the one. I was like, failed me all the time. And every single time I want to walk away, he would pop up again and he would just come about. I used to go to sleep doing those meditation techniques, the whisper method. Look, I did everything in the law of attraction, okay? Then I bumped into Sammy Ingram around June. Now, it was March till June, then I learned about Sammy. I binged watched everything. I don't think there is any video that I haven't watched, okay? Tried everything. She's like, assume, affirm. I'm like, my personality is more of, I like speaking things to myself. I like to speak. That's who I am. So why don't I do this in such a way, enter into this law of manifestation in a way that is like me, I'm a talker. I like to affirm things. Pretty much have a good relationship with the Bible, so I like to speak the word of God over my life. Why can't I speak what I want over my life or over my situation? You look at the person in the eye of how you want them, how you are praying for them to be. So if you're praying for a sick person, you imagine them healed. You ask God to heal them. So it's like, okay, well, God's gonna heal them. And then you say they are healed in Jesus' name, they're healed or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, I want my partner to be, my prayer to my subconscious mind is that I want my partner to do this, to do this, to do this, to do this. And then Sammy is like, because I remember in one of her videos, somebody asked, what if we're in a long distance relationship? What do I do then? And then she answered by saying, all you do is respond by saying, we're always together all the time. We work in the same city. We see each other all the time after work, stuff like that. So I started to focus on, I used to affirm like nobody's business. Like I affirmed, because I used to think about him all the time. I used to think about the situation all the time. I affirmed, guys. I affirmed so much. Up until I forgot. It became such a big part of my life that I was just like, I didn't care whether he called or not, because I was so used to not having him call and text. I was just like, I'm doing this for fun. I enjoy doing this. I love him. He's the man that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So why not? So lo and behold, in August of that month, he's like, I want to come and see you. I was like, oh, we gonna come visit? And I manifested this. I'm like, he's always coming over. He makes time to come and see me, to visit me every weekend. Then there was a situation that made him to come this side. I think I had something to do with that. Lo and behold, guys, and I now started to, like, when he came, we would be in love again, we'd be together, the spark is nice, and then he'd disappear again. I would sort of like, no. But I was like, our communication is constant. He needs me all the time. He loves me. All those kind of things. Affirmations, y'all. Affirmations. And then I persisted. I chose to persist. That was my therapy. Affirming was my therapy. I felt so much better. And I started falling in love with feeling better. Like a drug that you take to feel better. Affirmations were like a drug to me. And I was like, he wants to move back. He's sick and tired of that place. I started visualizing us having those conversations, him telling me that he's sick and tired of that place. He wants to move back. Lo and behold, when I went to visit him once, he told me that he's coming back. He even made plans to come back. So I started affirming, like, okay, words can be words, but then sometimes you're like, ooh, is it really gonna happen? I started affirming that everything regarding his move to this city worked out, and then it did. Lo and behold, 8 months later, we are together. He told me that he's like moving, and now we're here. And so that's how I manifested my person, by persisting, by affirming that we're always together. Now we're living in the same city. He's back again. We're working in the same department, living in the same city. So if I could do it, you could do it. I had a lot of tower moments. I was frustrated, but every time I was like, is giving up worth it? Because if I don't give up, I'm only going to affirm the opposite of what I want. So is it that what I want to experience? And now we are in a happy, loving, stable, committed relationship, and only the best is yet to come. So having recognized my power definitely helped me in manifesting my SP back from a long distance. So please, guys, don't give up. Affirm, affirm, affirm